Good morning, YouTube. This is continuing our day in the life of running our small dealership series. We're gonna do another week of, well, doing a lot of stuff. So we have our barbecue coming up this weekend, and it's gonna be busy because we're cleaning everything.
So are you recording all of the nefarious activities?
If you're new to the channel, my name is Dan, and over there is Josh, and we are trying to squeeze in lunch between cleaning everything. We got Torchy's Tacos because it's taco kind of day, and over there is almost all clean, so we're kind of working our way this way. The whole shop's gonna be, I'm not gonna say immaculate, but it's gonna be clean because we're not quite immaculate kind of people. A lot of stuff to do, so hang tight. I'm gonna eat lunch and then we'll continue this conversation.
A few moments later.
Plan is we gotta shuffle cars around and get stuff cleaned. Move a car, sweep and mop underneath where the car was, because a lot of times leaves and whatever get under them. And then we're gonna wash quite a few of the cars, which sucks because it's sunny out. We don't like washing the cars in the sun, but we'll have to double team it and do it as quickly as possible. The other thing we're gonna do is we've got a cool opportunity to kind of line up the Ferraris in order. So we're gonna have 355, 360, 430, 458, 488, F8, kind of all in a semicircle. I think that'll be a pretty cool setting, and then we can have like the main eating area right in front of it. Get your barbecue and sit down, and you're surrounded by Ferraris. That's pretty cool. We're working on that. Josh is cleaning up the floors literally on his hands and knees. And we still have a bunch of stuff to do to the shop to just kind of get it ready. So we still got to clean the bathroom, we still got to clean the office, got to clean upstairs. And then just to make things more interesting, tomorrow I'm going to go pick up a 488 that we bought at auctions. Trying to get this all done as much as possible today because we still have to do a bunch of crap tomorrow.
Later.
All right, YouTube, it's end of the day. Got some cars washed, got it all rearranged. So we've got the F8, 488, 458, missing the 430, but they're right there, two of them, and then 360 and 355. So pretty freaking cool in my opinion. And then what we'll do is everyone will be eating out here, so you just kind of be surrounded by Ferraris. I think that'll be pretty neat. That's kind of it for now. I am going to go pick up a Ferrari tomorrow, so I gotta come to the shop, grab the trailer, and then head up to Dallas. All right, well, I guess we'll see you tomorrow morning, and we'll be on a road trip.
Tomorrow.
Well, good morning, YouTube. It is Friday morning, and we are heading to the stub to go pick up the trailer to go pick up a Ferrari 488 up in Dallas. Hopefully everything cooperates today traffic-wise.
Jinxed.
I'm curious how it's gonna go because it's spring break week here in Texas, so most of the schools don't have school. I think might make the traffic better? I don't know. I left a little earlier than typical because I would like to get home before 7 or 8 o'clock at night tonight. So it's a good 3+ hours up and 3+ hours back. And I know most of you have never been to Manheim or any of the Manheim locations, but it's a shit show. Hundreds of acres of cars scattered throughout. You're dealing with people who don't really know what the hell's going on. Because this is a high dollar car, what happens is you go find the car and then the key won't be with the car. So then you have to go take a go-kart, go all the way across to the other side of the complex to go get the keys, which always takes at least 30 minutes because it's like 15 minutes on the go-kart, another 10 minutes of them looking for keys, and then 15 minutes back, and then blah, blah, blah. And then you go back to the car, and then you have to go get the car, drive it, go load it on the trailer, and then you can finally leave. The whole ordeal takes between 1 to 2 hours minimum for one car. If you got 2 cars, add another hour. Looking at like a 8 to 10 hour day of just hauling this car. But we wanted to get it ourselves because, well, it's supposed to be very nice, and right now the trucking situation is kind of sketch. I've heard of a lot of cars getting stolen and weird shit happening with car haulers. So, we'll just pick it up ourselves. Plus, I want to do a dry run of the new trailer setup with the load levelers. People at four-way stops don't know how to do four-way stops. People who wait until the car 100% clears the intersection before they go. Like, you can go once that car is past where you need to be. They're not going to suddenly slam on the brakes and go in reverse. You know, I haven't decided which is easier, goosenecks or bumper poles to hook up. In some ways, the gooseneck's easier because it just kind of like goes into the truck bed, but it's also kind of a pain in the ass because you can't really see it quite as well. Now I got to put my gooseneck ball in. you. Okay, we're on the road. If you remember, last time I was driving up to Dallas to pick up a car, I told you about this road, Ronald Reagan, that's full of trucks. Yeah, we're stuck behind slow trucks. And like, oh look, there's another materials company. What are the odds? Oh, thank God. I don't know what it is about these trucks going to these material plants, but they all drive 10 to 20 miles an hour below the speed limit. The speed limit's really high on this road. It's 65 for most of it, and then some sections it's actually 70. They're going like 45. So this is the first time hauling with the new load levelers, and they definitely ride pretty decent. I'm pleased with the way that the truck feels now. I would say it's slightly bouncier than before. It feels like it's good, like it feels more stable, and I definitely feel like the truck's not squatted as hard. Now we'll see what it's like once it's loaded with the car, and hopefully it behaves even better. And just in case you're wondering, we have 169 miles, 2.5 hours to go. That's assuming nothing goes wrong, which, you know, it's Dallas. Oh yeah, so they're right there, like definitely some more bounce. It's a little bit less comfortable for the human experience, but I feel like the truck feels better. Remember I was telling you no one drives the speed limit? Look at 42. Speed limit's 65. We're going, we're going 45 now. 46. All right, still got an hour and 45 minutes, but I've gone over enough bumps and whoop-de-doos and stuff to kind of give you my assessment of the suspension load levelers that I installed, the timber and stuff. So what I've kind of concluded is it does make the softer bumps, like just little things, a little bit more bouncy, but the bigger bumps, and especially the whoop-de-doos, like right here, much better. That rides way better over the big stuff. Those bumps before, like the whoop-de-doos especially, the kind of like divots, those would really disrupt the truck and make it bounce quite a bit. And these, it just kind of does like one quick bounce. Here comes another one right here. Yeah, way smoother. So that's the stuff that really makes a big difference. The lighter stuff, the little bumps and everything, like I said, maybe slightly bouncier than before. So I think the trade-off is worth it to have the better stability and control when you're hitting the big bumps versus slight increased discomfort on the little bumps. A 10x improvement on the big bumps, 1 to 2x degradation in little bumps. See, there's another whoop-de-doo, way better. Second thing of interest, everyone has been asking about the 6x6 Jeep. Well, I just got a text from the shop that's been working on it. They got the drive shaft, and I think they want to try and install it today. Of course, the day I'm not there. Hopefully, maybe, just maybe, it'll be running over the weekend and I can finally sell that thing and be gone with it. All right, we're at Manheim. Let's get our prize and get it loaded. I hate being here.
2 hours later.
I am really kind of pissed off right now. Manheim's always a shit show. That took 2 hours. 2 hours to get the car. It always takes forever just to find the car. Then they get the keys for the car because the expensive cars, they keep the keys somewhere else. And then I go to leave and they have some new process that they don't tell anyone about. And it took them a hour to verify that I actually was supposed to be able to leave with the car. An hour. I sat there for over an hour. And then they were getting mad at me because I was like, hey, can you speed this up? And they're like, give me lip and shit. I'm just like, dude, these security people. Anyway, I'm pissed. I'm gonna call them and bitch because this is bullshit. So now I'm gonna try and go get the lift that we bought, and it's gonna take another hour. So I am definitely not getting home till late tonight. I am pissed off. I was trying to hopefully get home before 5 so I could actually see my family, but no, Manheim had to be a bunch of dipshits. I'm sorry, I'm pissed off. This is the most Texas crap ever. Just huge flags. Texas, America, Texas, America. I don't know why. Is it like a competition between dealerships? I guess it is. Okay. Or at least that went reasonably quick. Only took about 30 minutes. Actually, it took about 20 minutes. Lift is in, so let's head home and unload this stuff. Long day. Current ETA is 5:50, 3 hours, 15 minutes, 190 miles. This is why I hate going to Dallas. Well, of course, there was an accident, and they basically, from what I gather, there was signs on the side of the road, you know, like the electronic signs saying that it said major accident on I-35 South, of course, is the highway I need to take. And Google was all like, yep, don't take 35. And so now I'm on back roads the entire way home. This would be fun with the big trailer. Right now I'm at least still on like a sort of highway. I hate Dallas. All right, we are in the middle of nowhere, Texas, between Austin and Dallas. That's what your view is, just nothingness. Texas is really big, and when you're not in one of the cities, it's really empty. We're in the void, and we still have 115 miles to go, 2 hours. Because all these back roads, so we're going slower. It sucks. And keep getting stuck behind like RVs and semi-trucks and all these slow assholes that aren't going anywhere near the speed limit, and there's nowhere to pass, so it just takes forever to get around them. Today sucks. Today's one of those days where just, what is it with every time I go drive to go pick up stuff, things are crap. I'm having really terrible luck with that side of the business, aren't I? Still scheduled to get home before 6, but not gonna happen with fuel stop and whatever, so probably 6:15, 6:30 by the time I get home, well, back to the shop, and then I gotta unload all this shit, and then by the time I actually get home, it'll probably be like 8 o'clock. Sweet.
There's a 5-minute slowdown on Texas 220.
You gotta be kidding me.
You're still on the fastest route.
A 5-minute slowdown on this back road? What the? Can't win. Well, Google this one up really bad. I've been here about 25-30 minutes now, and it's still saying, oh, 6 minutes, like 6-minute delay. It's one of those stupid bullshit things where they have it down to one lane, so they let some cars go from one way and some cars go from the other way, and I don't think Google Maps can handle that sort of computation because it doesn't understand what's going on. If you look real far ahead, you can see it's got one of these stupid stoplights where it only lets in a certain number of cars per cycle, and then, like, you know, goes one way, then the other way, then one way, then the other way. I'm so frustrated because like the total delay that was on I-35 computed by Google when it had me go on this bullshit back road was like 13 minutes, and I've been here for over a half an hour. Anyway, what can you do, right? Like, you just sit here and listen to music and chill and try not to shoot anyone. Well, that was about 45-minute delay or so. That's such bullshit, just sitting there because of the stupid stoplight. It was letting like maybe 10 cars go. It sat there for probably about 2 minutes with no one going, so it's like a total waste of time. It's completely dumb. Now I'm definitely not getting home till late, so hooray. All right, a cop just had the sneakiest little position ever. So we're on this 2-lane road, and every few miles they have passing zones where it goes to 3 lanes, like this right here, passing zone, right? And so it's a mad scramble for everyone to get past because these lanes don't last very long. They only last like maybe a mile. So everyone's trying to like squeeze by the slow vehicles. This cop was at the very end of one of these passing areas after a crest of a hill. So everyone's flooring it, and then you crest the hill, and here's this cop hiding on the other side. I was like, you asshole. It's a douchebaggy spot to wait for people, because like, yeah, they're gonna be speeding. They're trying to get by these slow assholes, as many people as possible, as quickly as possible. Anyway, we still have 87 miles and an hour and a half to go. I'm not getting home till 6:20 at the best so far, and I still need to stop and get fuel because we're not gonna make it. It's been a long day. Still got a lot to do. All right, stopped to get fuel and take a leak. I should be able to make it all the way now, so no more stops. TA 626, 1 hour, 20 minutes to go, 82 miles. At least we're on like roads I'm sort of familiar with again. So we were on some serious back roads, and now we're on semi-back roads that actually turn into kind of highways. So we're on 281 that eventually turns into like a legit highway.
There are police reports ahead.
Police in this area you don't mess with because like they're bored. So, you know, oh yeah, there he is. See ya, bro. I do not understand some people. All right, so you know, again, we're on 2-lane roads and there's occasional passing zones. So we're going along and there's a semi truck in front of us and he's going like 60, 65. The speed limit's 75, right? So he's going like 10, 15 under. We get to the passing zone and he guns it. So me and this other truck are trying to pass him. I'm not going to say the speeds that we went, but let's just say we had a hustle. The passing zone is only like a half mile long. And so like, what the hell's with this guy? He's like, I'm going to go slow. Oh, they're passing me. I better gun it because I'm a dick. So anyway, we did get by him, but just barely. It was like, what the hell's wrong with you, man? All right, YouTube, made it back to the shop and we're trying to get the lift out of here. It weighs a lot. It's proving to be a bit of a challenge for us to get out of here, but we need to get it out in order to get the 488 out because I need both these things out before Monday so I can take the trailer to Phoenix. I'm gonna grab a little dolly and some other stuff and we'll see what we can do. Okay, that is quite the chore moving those things. We used cherry picker, the engine hoist, to get those out of the trailer. That seemed to work pretty good. And well, here is the prize of the day, the 488.
Car's got a shitload of paint on.
Well, we'll have to see when it's washed.
Well, I just metered it up.
Oh, well, all right, YouTube. I guess that's it for the day. We did end up getting the F8, 488, 458, 430, 360, 355. I'm pretty happy about that. See you guys tomorrow. We have our barbecue. So, all right, we'll see you then.
Eventually.
Well, good morning. YouTube. It is Monday. It's 3:19 a.m. And we are going to drive 1,000 miles today to Phoenix because we are going to pick up a Ferrari Testarossa and possibly another car, which I'm not going to tell you about until, well, that hell thing either does or does not happen. So we're going to hop in the truck, hook up the big trailer, and drive all the way to my parents' house in Phoenix today. Yeah, I was planning on getting up at 4 a.m. Little man woke me up, the dog woke me up, everything was waking me up, so I was just like, screw it, I'm just gonna go. Let's get the trailer hooked up, let's hit the road, and drive to Phoenix. Oh, and I had this thought this morning. People are gonna say, why are you leaving so early? Well, here's the thing. I prefer doing road trips starting super early. Like if you're gonna have an all-day road trip where it's gonna take more than the entire time that you have daylight, it's easier to leave super early than arrive super late, because my theory is it's easier to fight being tired when it's early in the morning rather than when you've had like 12, 16 hours on the road and now you're arriving at 2 a.m. That's, to me, harder. So I'd rather just get the suffering over in the morning than when you arrive, you're just like, okay, time to go to bed. Versus when you're fighting to like stay awake at the end of the day, that's hard. All right, let's hit the road. All right, YouTube, I know you really can't see much, but well, I wanted to talk about when you're driving late at night, or I guess early in the morning as the case might be, it's still 4:30 in the morning. The thing that's sketchy is the deer. You gotta keep your head on a swivel. Yeah, we can see we are in the middle of nowhere, Texas. We're out past Llano. Basically from here, there's nothing until we get to like I-10, which is probably another 2 hours. So we have 2 hours of these kind of back roads right here. And again, like you just gotta really look for deer. I've already seen probably about 20, 30 deer on the sides of the road. Only one was actually in the road, and he thankfully was just running across the road. 13 hours and 9 minutes, 910 miles to go. All right, we are now definitely in the middle of nowhere, Texas. So I'm trying to see if I can get some video. Oh, there goes a raccoon and a dead deer. Oh, there's some deer. See, this is what I'm talking about. There are deer all over around here. So you gotta kind of look for their eyes. The eyes reflect off the headlights. There's some on the left side, just below the guardrail. Oh, there's some on the right. There's one. See him? See him? See him? Right there. Yeah, you just stay right there, buddy. What makes me nervous is when they're like on the side of the road. I don't care when they're way off to the side. because when they're right on the side, like this guy right here, see, then they start getting spooked. And that's when you end up having a deer jump out in front of you, and you have 12 hours, 7 minutes, 842 miles to go. Basically almost no human civilization right here, so it's just deer. I guess it's still too dark to see me. Well, we're starting to get some daylight. We're in West Texas for sure. And it is, we're actually just past the town of Iran. And we have about 10 more miles until we actually get to the highway, or to the freeway, I should say. Closer to where I don't have to worry as much about like the back roads and random crap killing me jumping out from the sides of the road. Really tricky trying to find a gas station that can fit a truck and trailer this long. 10 hours, 15 minutes, and 715 miles to go. Oh, and yeah, there are an unbelievable number of wind farms out here. It's pretty cool, actually. Pretty much it's all just wind farms, and you got oil derricks and, you know, oil pumps and stuff. Like there's oil pump right there. And it smells, you can smell it. It smells like oil is being refined, or not refined, but pumped out of the ground. It smells like raw petroleum. All right, YouTube, just grabbed some breakfast, and we still have 9.5 hours, 657 miles to go. We're in Fort Stockton. This is the place where my other trailer got assaulted, so I don't really like this place. Let's get going. Still got like 200 miles, 240 miles till El Paso or so. At least that'll be sort of interesting, I guess. All right, so this is now what West Texas is really like. Look at this, there's nothing. It's like, you can see for miles and miles and miles, and then there's just nothing. Yeah, nothing that way. Oh, look, there's a little plateau that way. Okay. And that's about it. Not exactly the most exciting scenery. Thankfully, I still have reception on my cell phone so I can play music. Thank God. Train that derailed right there. I don't know if you can see all that. That sucks. Alright, just took a pee break. The rest stop sign said the next rest stop was 102 miles away, and I was like, I might as well just go now. Still got 100 and something miles till El Paso, and my tank of fuel still has 160 miles left, which is over 2 hours. So I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna hold it for 2 more hours. But now I'm stuck behind slow ass McGee, merging onto the highway at 32, 33 miles an hour with the 80 mile an hour speed limit. That's awesome, bro. Stuck in some traffic in El Paso. They have like down to 1 lane on I-10 for some stupid reason. I'm a little bit nervous because I only have 36 miles of range. The next truck stop was like 16 miles, but my range is plummeting because we're not moving. It's gonna be a close call. I might be fuming this one. So 6 hours, 410 miles to go. Okay, we're in New Mexico. Still have a while to go. 148 miles in New Mexico. So probably a little over 2 hours. It's funny because you're in Texas for so long, and then you get to New Mexico, and New Mexico goes pretty quick, and then even once you get to Arizona, that goes fairly quick too. Grab some lunch, and again, there's just not much to see out here. It is basically desert, and there's some mountains like over there. That's kind of about it. It's mostly just like dirt and tumbleweeds and stuff. Out drag racing the train. We're just past Deming, New Mexico, and this stretch is just so boring. It is super straight, super flat, and absolutely nothing to look at except that train. Sweet. 4 hours 30 minutes, 315 miles. Some trucker must have hit the bridge. It said like accident ahead, blah blah
In a
blah.
quarter mile, merge onto
Holy
I-10
shit.
West, US 70 West.
That bridge is all right, well, they're routing us off onto the main road. It says do not stop. Okay, well, that looks like a bump. Okay, cool. Crazy. Well, someone had a really bad day there. We're just outside of Lordsburg, so if you're heading that way, that's probably going to be like that for a long time.
Continue on I-10 West for 240 miles.
Into Arizona, about an hour, a little bit over an hour from Tucson, and then once we get through Tucson, we'll have about another hour and a half to Phoenix. It says 2 hours 24 minutes and 160 miles. I just filled up, so shouldn't need to stop again unless I have to pee, which 2.5 hours, I probably can make it, but still boring terrain, still nothing really to speak of. I filled up at that stupid place. If you ever drive I-10 in this area, there's these stupid gas stations that are like advertising for like total like touristy bullshit. So this place is like the thing, and I shouldn't have stopped there, but there's not really anything else around here, and the gas was like really expensive. I get like 20-30 cents more per gallon than anywhere else pretty much that I've seen along the routes. Don't stop there. I have no idea what the thing is, and I don't really care. I'm not sure what's going on, but the other lane has a long train of cars and some police cars. And this guy right here is f***ing annoying. He keeps speeding up and slowing down and then cock blocking me every time he gets to a truck. See, like at police cars, I don't know what's up with that. Something's going on. Now he's speeding up again. God dang it. Okay, we are at 1 hour to go. Finally getting close. So we're between Tucson and Phoenix, past Picacho, whatever, Peak, the big ass rock back there. 40 miles until we get off on our exit, because we're actually not going to Phoenix proper, we're going to Gilbert, which is where my parents live. Actually, it's better this way because it's slightly closer. Oh, there's a cop. Well, made it. And there's still daylight, so I get to have dinner with my folks and my sister. Well, we'll go get some cars tomorrow, so we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Tomorrow for sure.
Well, good morning, YouTube. and it's now Tuesday. We're gonna go buy us some cars. So I have the special non-disclosed car, which I'm still debating about when I want to tell you guys. I suppose you're gonna see it once the car is loaded and once the Testarossa is loaded. Might as well tell you, it's a 1987 Ford Mustang Foxbody Notchback with a 4-cylinder. So I'm thinking about doing a little project drag car, living my past life, and this came up and I just thought that would be pretty fun. So I have some things I want to discuss with you guys, but we'll talk about that on the way home. We got a long ride. All right, let's go buy us some cars.
Eventually.
Well, pickup went well. Ferrari and Mustang in there. So I need to detach the trailer and go fill up with gas because there's no truck stops anywhere nearby.
The next day.
All right, I know you can't see me. It is 3:30 in the morning. We're gonna hit the road. All loaded, ready to go. We'll probably just check over once real quick. Make sure all the lights are working and make sure everything's strapped down tight. Okay, long day ahead of us. Okay, we're on the road and it's now 6:40. A little bit frustrating. I had to stop, get a little breakfast and to fill up. I go to the first gas station. Thankfully there was 2 truck stops at this exit because I go to the first one, try and pay with credit card. It accepts the credit card and I go to fill up and the pump is broken. Like nothing's working. So I back up and wait for another pump to open up. And while I'm sitting there waiting, I noticed other truckers having the same issue. They're like playing with the pump and clearly nothing's working. So I'm like, oh crap. Drive around to the other truck stop on the other side of the road, go to that one and get filled up. But one of the things that's really annoying about truck stops, and I don't understand this, is the truck pumps for some reason don't take like a regular credit card a lot of times, even though the front half of the store that pumps regular pumps for cars and pickup trucks and diesel and all that stuff, those take credit cards. But no, the truck stop pumps that have high flow pumps don't. Why? What's the difference? Like, who cares? Every time I go to one of these truck stops, there's like a greater than 50% chance you're gonna have to walk inside and prepay and do all that crap, which is fine, because I gotta go out and pee anyway and stuff, but it's annoying. We are just passing through Benson, Arizona. I know, super exciting. 556 miles, 12 hours, 7 minutes to go. So I was on target to get in at about 8:20, but because of that delayed stop, I'm now at 8:50. Given I still have quite a few fuel stops and lunch somewhere, probably even dinner, because I'm gonna be getting in so late, then I'm guessing I'm gonna get in till closer to 9:30 or 10, because I really don't drive much over the speed limit when I'm hauling. I just set the cruise basically at the speed limit, maybe 1 or 2 miles an hour higher. Wanted to talk about the cars as long as I have time, and there's pretty much nothing out here. See? Nothing. All right, so let's talk about the Mustang first. It's a 1987 Foxbody Mustang it's the notchback. So it's black. It's got a 4-cylinder engine in there that is on death's door. It blew out an unbelievable amount of white smoke when I started it and ran it. So when I loaded it on the trailer, I loaded it as quickly as I could, just like shot straight up the trailer. The nice thing is those Foxes are so small compared to all the cars that we're normally dealing with that I just shot right up the trailer. Didn't even have anyone help me, didn't have to wait, just right up. And I wanted to get it in there and turned off as quickly as possible because it totally bonged out the trailer. It's a piece of crap. But it's a good piece of crap. It's got no rust, and it's a great platform to turn into a drag car or race car or something like that, and that's kind of my intention. I want your thoughts on this. 3 options I'm kind of considering. First one is just kind of go classic, do like a 302, make it simple. You put in a nice size V8, get, you could probably get 300-400 horsepower. It'll be a fun, drivable car. Second option, put in something more exotic, like maybe a Coyote, something cool like that. Keep it as a 5-speed, so like I don't know what transmission, maybe like a TKX or something, but something that can handle more power. Get it into 600-700 horsepower range. Have something that's pretty damn fast. Again, still pretty streetable. I'd love to make it like a drag and drive car. That's probably quite a bit more expensive than option 1, but way more cool and way more fun. Option number 3. Go for broke, put in a Ferrari engine. Now here's my thinking on this. It's completely idiotic because you'll never get the money entirely back, but it would be a hell of a project. It would be very, very cool, and you could have the coolest sounding Fox body ever. Not to mention, my thinking was like, how badass would it be if you go to the drag strip or go to an event and everyone's like, what the hell is in that thing? And you pop the hood and it's a Ferrari engine. That would be pretty damn epic. Now, the downside is I don't think it would be all that fast. Like, it's probably not going to be as fast as if you do the Coyote. Depends on which engine you get, right? And I don't think you'll fit a V12. I think that would be challenging. Maybe you could. You could definitely fit a V8, you know, you could do like a 360 engine, honestly like a 355 or something like that, because the belt service would be super easy. Stuck behind slow truck 1 passing slow truck 2 going uphill at 40 miles an hour, 44, great. The problem with that one is that it would cost a ton of money and you would never get that money back. But if it was able to really propel the YouTube channel and get some attention and stuff, it might be worth it, is kind of my thinking. Plus, it would just be really fun and cool. The other thing with that is if we did that, I would want the car to be really, really nice. So I'd probably want to have it repainted and stuff, because admittedly the paint job on it is absolutely shit. The interior is kind of shit as well. Now, there is a like asterisk to any of these options, which is, do I turn into a drag car, which is the more obvious and easy choice, or do I turn into a road car and actually like take it to like the Circuit of Americas and stuff? Now, that probably would be a bit more expensive to do because we're gonna have to do some serious brake upgrades and suspension upgrades and all that stuff. But you don't really see that a whole lot, and I think it would be pretty epic as a road car because those things are so small and light. It'd be really fun. So that's the Mustang. We'll show it to you once we actually get home. You'll see. I'll have to show you when it's running because it's hilarious. So the Testarossa, let's talk about the Testarossa. 1987 Testarossa. It's got like 22-ish thousand miles, and it is one of the most perfect examples of a Testarossa. Now, it does have a few minor issues, but previous owner had it for 32 years. Clearly took good care of it. I mean, we have every documented piece of anything you could ever imagine for this car. Books, it has history, it has the service manual, which we might keep because we could use that. Almost flawless paint, like very, 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 very few imperfections, and they're all very minor. The engine bay looks almost flawless. So it does need a major. It's been I think it's been 5 years since the major, so it's due for the major. That sucks. Debating doing the major ourselves, just not sure yet on if we have the space and time. We do want to start doing that sort of stuff, so at some point we need to do it, and I'd rather do it on our car than a customer's car. So it's a phenomenal car. If one of you is looking for a near concours level car, this would be it. It is remarkably good. The last car we had was in very good condition. This is in like exceptional condition. Now, the few flaws, the leather on the dashboard is pulling, so the dash leather, to be perfect, would need to be replaced. Tachometer is having some wonky issue where it doesn't read correctly, and then there's like, I think there's one or two other little things, but they're all, again, so insignificant that you're just kind of like, whatever. I mean, it's a 1987 Testarossa. None of them have everything working, and they've done tons of stuff. Like, they replaced the circuit board, so it has a new circuit board, which is actually a common problem on those cars. And I guess he said it was custom made, so it's not even like the factory circuit board. It's actually better. If you want a really, really, really good example of a Testarossa, reach out to us, sales@ngsupercars.com, and we can discuss the price on it. We're still trying to figure out where exactly we're going to list it, because nicer than the last car we had, but it needs the major, so that needs to be factored in. If we do the major, obviously, then we'll price it differently than if we don't do the major. There you go. That's kind of the status. I don't like going west as much as east because you lose time and daylight driving against the sun versus with the sun, so you have less daylight. And so right now it's 6:50 a.m., which means it's actually 8:50 already in Austin, which sucks. Even though I left at like 3:30, still means I won't get home till probably 9 or 10, versus on the way out here, I left at about 3 something and got in at like 6. I even still had daylight. Like, wow, that was cool. There's my little status update. Probably not gonna have a ton of them on the way home because, again, this is what you get. It's just not a whole lot of anything. Oh, I forgot to mention that on the way out, I got 11.3 miles per gallon. Pretty incredible. So I reset the miles per gallon average, and we'll see what I get on the way home. Obviously, it's going to be less because of the extra weight, but maybe not, because we might be catching the wind with us. On the way out, there was basically almost no wind the entire time, which is really quite unusual for this part of the world, because it's so deserty. There's just tons of wind almost every time. Oh, and that's the Shell station for the Thing right up there. Yeah, don't go there. The gas is super expensive. It's bullshit. So stupid. The Thing, exit now, the mystery. Curious if any of you can answer this question. So if you're in the South, especially in Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, and you're going along on the highway, and all of a sudden there's these janky vehicles, usually 3 of them connected to each other, and the back of it will say in tow, and they're driving like 20 miles an hour on the speed limit, like pretty, it's kind of dangerous. And it's always the same thing. It's always 3 vehicles usually. Once in a while it's 2 beat up, wrecked vehicles that I'm assuming someone's buying at Copart or some auction, hooking them up together, and then driving them into Mexico maybe, where they refurbish them and sell them for more. I don't know what their game plan is here, but you see it all the time in this part of the country. It's very weird. I'd never seen that before moving down here. And then the second thing is, once in a while, I just passed 2 pickup trucks, 2 sets of 2 pickup trucks. So there was 4 pickup trucks, and they just had the truck beds full of crap, tons of crap. I don't know exactly what they're doing, if they're buying it, taking it to Mexico and selling it. The other thing is, they're always in groups of 2 or 3. And I assume that's because they like get a vehicle, drive up here with multiple people, then they get multiple vehicles and they go back. I don't know. Anyone have an idea what exactly their game plan is, or know exactly what they're doing? But it's really, really common. All right, so here's what I'm talking about. 2 vehicles being towed, tons of shit in the truck. Although admittedly, that Ram is actually kind of nice. The rear truck is not so nice. The other 2 sets that I passed earlier were both janky. Anyone? Bueller? Don't know what's going on. Okay, we are dropping down into Las Cruces, New Mexico. Oh yeah, and there's that Roadrunner. I always like that thing. That thing's cool. 9 hours and 609 miles to go. It was a little early for lunch because it's only 10:50, but it's 11:50 back in Austin. I was like, I'm just not quite ready for the lunch stop. I wanted to go 1 more tank of fuel, which puts me more closer to dinner time, but whatever. This was a quick, nice, smooth stop. Filled up quick, took a quick pee, onward. See, here's what I'm talking about. Here's these in tow people. In tow. What the hell? And there's, big old slowdown. Great. That is the jankiest strap down job on a vehicle I've ever seen. The straps are all torn up. They hooked it onto the wheels themselves, and you can see that front strap is vibrating, so it's completely loose. Well, it started raining. I am kind of surprised. It sort of looked like rain clouds, but not really. Oh, good rain clouds. Nice. All right, stopped to fill up and grab some lunch, and as I was filling up, a dust storm blew in. So, I mean, check this shit out. It's like suddenly just low visibility bullshit. Well, hopefully it blows through while I eat my lunch. This sucks. Well, you can see it's not a terrible dust storm, but there's definitely a dust storm going on. Some of the areas like over there look pretty bad, but it's not too bad where we are. You can definitely feel the wind now, and it's killing my mileage a bit, but that's okay. At least we're able to make progress. I'm glad we're not stuck. Okay, we're finally off I-10 onto the back roads, and the wind absolutely kicked my ass. Miles per gallon is down to 7.8 average. I had extended periods of time where I was only getting like 4 miles per gallon because of the wind. I actually had to stop and fuel up twice. First time I thought, oh, this was all I need to do, and then it got so bad and it burned through so much fuel that it only had 164 miles of range or something, and the gas station was 150 something miles after my turn off. Once you turn off I-10, there's basically nothing. This is what you're looking at for the next 300, 250 miles or whatever. So I just could not risk trying to get gas, because the problem is if it's a regular gas station, a lot of times with this trailer you can't pull in, you'll get stuck. There was a gas station in the town of Iran, and it actually had a pull through for diesel, so I was able to get gas. Anyway, it's been a frustrating day just because going way slower than I thought I would be. I'm not gonna get home till 9:30 if I don't stop again, which I have to for diesel one more time. It's gonna be a long night. I'm probably not gonna get in till like 10 something. I don't know if I want to unload the cars tonight or not. I might just go straight home and then do it tomorrow. It's 9:30, made it home. I am going to bed. I am super, super exhausted. We will talk tomorrow and unload the cars. So, good night.
Tomorrow.
Good morning, YouTube. It's Thursday and we just got to the shop. It's about 9 a.m. Busy day. So we got to unload all that stuff. I'll briefly show you in this video, and then we're going to start the next video in the week of a life of running a small dealership. Yeah, which means I need to edit the video you're watching right now today, so it can come out on Saturday. And then I got to catch up on everything because I've been gone for 3 days. So yeah, there's a pile of stuff to do. Let's get started. Of course, in the 1.5 minutes I drop off my bag, it starts drizzling. I want to try and unload this as quickly as possible because I'd rather not get the Testarossa all nasty, because it is in really clean condition. I don't know if it's ever seen rain. Probably not. All right, got it unstrapped. I'm just kind of waiting for the rain to slow down a little bit. I don't want to get too wet, but oh, look at that. I love the Testarossa. It's such a beautiful car. And behind me is the Fox turd. Gotta figure out what to do with this thing. Well, we'll figure that out. All right, we're gonna bong out the trailer. This thing blows a lot of smoke. So it has a little four-banger in it that basically is just good enough to load it on and off a trailer. It's not meant to actually drive. You're gonna like this. Well, there you have it, YouTube. I think the drive was worth it just for that. Yeah, the Mustang, I'll show you in the next video. It's a turd. But this thing is absolutely insanely beautiful. It's got the luggage, it's got tons of documentation. It is just phenomenal. 22,000 something miles on it. It's a beautiful, beautiful example. Close to Concours level if you're looking to get that kind of level of car. Definitely not driver's quality, is exceptional quality. It needs just a few things to be perfect. The leather on the dash is a little bit stretched and the tachometer is not working right, but that's kind of about it. Otherwise, it's very insignificant stuff. Tiny little bit of bolster wear. We're gonna take care of that. But anyway, if you want this car, it does need a major. Oh yeah, it needs a major. So if you want this car, we can work out a deal where we'll do the major as part of the sale, or if not, we're just gonna do the major anyway because it needs it. that's it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a hell of a week. I am exhausted. It's Thursday, so that means the Thursday Night Live is tonight. So check it out, 8 p.m. Central every Thursday. Well, almost every Thursday. We do appreciate you guys' support by going to normalguyssupercar.com. There you can buy parts and services from us using the code NGS10. It hooks you up with 10% off. And of course, our dealership, NG Supercars, where we have some pretty awesome cars that are for sale. Oh, and in case you were wondering, a few people asked about 360. Well, it is still for sale. That deal fell through. Oh, hey, look. The tire's flat. Dang. I go away for 3 days and the place falls apart. All right, you guys. We'll see you the next one. We'll be doing a lot of cool car stuff. You're going to want to stay tuned. It's going to be sweet.